Hello guys and welcome to RunGB's War Thunder ship analysis. No, it's not. I mean, this is not going to be anything showing War Thunder, and the fleets are incoming warships, which will come quite long in the future. They are not coming anytime soon. This is actually a game called Hoodland, which you may or may not know. It's not very famous, but it's a very good and accurate representation of World War One, the Great War, battles in the sea, particularly in the era from 1916 to 1917. There are some expansions with US ships and with earlier warships present. It's actually a very good game, but it's a pure simulator, and it's actually more than a strategy game than an actual simulator. And as such, you are not going to see a lot of things that you will probably do so in War Thunder. Because my guess, and again, this is a pure guessing, I don't know anything about War Thunder warships. My guess is that in your ships, in War Thunder, you will be able to man different stations. So you will be able to man the guns, to enter the range finder, to calculate the distance to the enemy ships, to aim the shots, and actually take the shots yourself. In this game you can't do that. This is all about tactical and strategical decisions, and fighting the battle as an admiral, not a captain. And as such, what you are not going to see is how ranges were measured and how the gun laying process actually worked. Again, at least not in first person. What you are going to see is the basic of how to fight on the sea, and how guns worked in real life, and how fleets behaved in real life. And as always, you know, War Thunder is all about historical accuracy, and as such, I'm expecting the final product to see a lot of the stuff you're about to see right now. Of course, with World War II ships, not World War I. But even so, to make yourself a slight idea of how things work, I think this is a pretty good thing that we can use as a reference. And before you ask and before you start going nuts, yes, I'm making videos again. I'm going to refrain myself from putting up War Thunder videos for a while. I don't know exactly how much. You all know that there has been a lot of personal pressure on me lately. I have been subjected to some exceptionally harsh personal attacks, but I have decided in the end that I have such a subscriber base that I simply can't bow down to that. And also, I really feel like putting up videos. After maybe 2-3 days, I did realize I was missing it. So I guess it all boils down to just learning from the experience, putting a lot of less personal stuff of mine into the channel, in the meaning that I have put a lot of feeling into it and a lot of commitment into it when probably I shouldn't have. So when each time someone attacked me with the channel as an argument, I really felt it as much more personal than what it should. Anyway, whatever the reason is, I have many. I'm back in the video making business, and yeah, let's take a look at how navies fought back in the early 20th century. Again, this is not War Thunder. This is not how War Thunder will look like, but you will get an idea of how navies fought back in the day. So let's go. So this is the starting position. We are playing with the German battlecruisers of the battlecruiser fleet of Admiral Hipper, with some scouting forces which are mostly light cruisers. This scenario is actually a runaway scenario. You are being followed by British forces consisting on the battlecruiser force from Admiral Beatty, and you have been spotted by the Harwich force, which was mostly light forces, light cruisers and destroyers. And what you have to do in this battle is to break away and break off the action before they can catch up with you and kill you, which is a pretty strong proposition because the German ships weren't as fast as the British battle cruisers. But in turn, what they did have was a lot of armor. So, well, we have pretty rough seas. We are stopped, of course. We have pretty rough seas, which also limit the usefulness of our light forces. And yeah, as I told you, we have spotted the light forces of Harwich Force. So let's take a look at what we are going to do. First, we select a division and we tell them to go as fast as they can. And then what we are going to do is to do exactly the same with all the rest of the ships. I'm going to order it to accelerate. Oh, okay, these are already moving at high speeds. I'm going to try to rejoin all my light forces in a single force. So what I'm going to do here is to order this guy to reform on a select line and go this way. Like this. Oh shit. Alright. And accept. These two are already forming with this one. These two are actually attached to another division, so what I'm going to do is move there. Right now you are seeing just maneuvering. They are all going to rejoin in the same force. I'm trying to form a battle line with my light cruisers to form a screen south of the battle cruiser force before these guys can actually catch up. You will notice that these ships are not actually they are not actually turning their guns yet. That's because the light forces have been spotted by these light cruisers here. So what I'm going to do here is to try to deploy my forces and yeah, keep on going. When that's done, we'll be back. Okay, as we are maneuvering, if you're wondering what these ships look like and what they are actually armored like, let's take a look at the models on 3 dimensions of these ships. A battleship, a regular ship of the line of that time, used to have armor on the belt, which was the vertical protection along the lines of the ship. Usually it could go several ways. You could have a main armor belt which was pretty thick, and then tapering and less thick armor over and under the main armor belt. It was not a hugely armored side. It was actually a very thin part of the ship. Actually, in this kind of ships, which are Lucho class, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it incorrectly, but in this kind of ships, the actual main belt was just above the waterline and just under it. Over that, there was less armor, and in it, there was more. Another place where armor was very important was in the armor decks. Of course, that doesn't mean the weather deck, the one that you can actually see in the model. Actually, the armored decks used to be inside of the ship, usually a little bit over the waterline, and that was designed to stop plunging fire, cells that will fall with an angle from being shot so far. You'll see later what I mean when we start shooting. Of course, there was other places where armor was very prominent, which was in the main guns. The turrets, of course, weren't armored the same way in all the places. They had more armor in the front. They had a pretty thick armor in the top, and lesser armor on the sides. They had also armor in the bar pits, which are this cylindrical stuff you can see under the turrets. This actually was the main way from the cells to travel from the magazines, which were mounted very deep inside the ships, up to the turrets. And a hit in the barbit could be very dangerous, because a lot of stuff was explosive stuff, usually was stored in there, and if a cell burst inside these spaces and exploded there, it could totally ruin the ship's day. And actually that's what happened with most of the ships that British ships that sank at Jutland. They suffered barbit or turret hits. They exploded inside, and they got the explosive stuff inside exploded. Magazine hits were, of course, also possible, but the magazines usually were much better protected. You can see the general stats of the ship you select, and you can see here all the information. The service time and the relative combat value. This is for this simulator, so no big deal. The standard crew and the crew quality. This actually, I guess, in the game will be represented by your actual crew, and you'll have to spend experience or gold to improve it. The displacement, which is how much water they displace. The dimensions, the maximum speed, their endurance, how much armor was the conning tower, another very strongly armored place. The main belt armor 16. That means that this ship has 16 inches of armor in the main belt, which is a lot. This includes backing slope of deck armor. Some deck armor schemes were designed in what was called a turtle deck disposition. Just follow the mouse here. Main deck, and in the side it was oblique, just behind the main armor belt. So a cell striking the main armor belt should have to be the armor belt and then the oblique angle behind. That increases a lot of effectivity to the armor. Deck armor 2 inches, which is not a lot, because in World War I ships were not really armored for plunging fire. In World War II a lot of designs were. The rest of things is mostly operative stuff that you will see as the battle develops. Let's see how we are unfolding. Okay, we are coming across, and this I'm going to order this to follow this. Okay, to another division. This means that this division will get formed behind this one, and yeah, this one is converging in a convergent heading, so sooner or later we'll meet. Now let's check if we can start opening fire, so you can see how the actual process worked. Not yet. So let me check if we can manually select. Ooh, views. Okay, the enemy is there. Let's take a closer look at what they are looking like. So far we have detected 3 light cruisers, which of course is nothing for the behemoths we have back there. So what I'm doing right now is closing distances to start fighting a bit. I haven't spotted yet the big British battle cruisers, so yeah, I'm feeling pretty safe right now. So yeah, here we are. Let's select the Lucho, or however it's spelled, and target ship. Okay, now it's targeted. Next one in line. Let's select this one and target it. And finally, let's demolke and select this. Now what we are going to do is to add the 4th ship in the line and to start order him to shoot at the trailing ship in the British line that we currently see. You can see the guns are starting to turn. This buffed one, this is actually cool because you can see we have very bad seas. And if you look at this, you can see the waves are actually very high. And this means that in very rough weather, these guns couldn't actually shoot. So we are only shooting with 3/4 of our weaponry. And you have seen a lot of shoots in quick procession. How did well, let's go there. There we go. We are shooting again. Let's take a look at that. Here we start seeing splashes of our guns. How did naval forces aim during these times? Well, at the top of the ships, they had, in the observation position, they had rangefinders. Rangefinders were stereoscopical devices that were taking images from wide away points, and then they try to mix it up in a single image. Of course, being from very dependent on the ship and the flight control system, but being wide apart, it's one of the. This is the cell cam. Here you can see how the actual cells traveled. Being the images taken from different spots, when mixing them up in the same point, they were different. So the operator what had to do, ooh, this is going to be close. Well, good shooting. Back on track. When mixing the images, the operator will try to match them the better as possible. And depending on how accurate it was the reading, they could measure distances. The guns were aiming for the distances the operator was reading, and then they would actually fire. Okay, and once fire was started, they actually saw and tried to see where the cells fell. If they fell short, they would adjust for a bigger range. If they fell away, they would try to, ooh, this is coming very close. Ooh, lucky guy. Basically, they were adjusting the shot. With each splash, they would get the reading of how accurate the fire was being. Of course, they also had plotting devices to calculate the displacement of the enemy ship, because of course the enemy ship was moving. And they were shoot on the predicted distance and position of the enemy warship. And just do that all the time. Take a look at if they were shooting on range, out of range, too long, too short, and repeat the process all the time. Of course, this means that let's say, ooh, lucky bastard. Okay, what this meant was that the fire would be progressively more accurate the more that you were shooting at the enemy. And I'm guessing that in War Thunder, what you are going to have to do is to man the station yourself and try to find the range yourself, and then spot the shot, find out if it's been too far, too close, and adjust the shot for the next round of shots. And let's see, this one seems to be doing pretty cool. Good lead. Come on! Again, a little bit too long. What I was speaking about? Sorry, I have totally missed. Oh, look, I hit. Okay, we hit this one. Cool. By the way, have we spotted something else? Nothing yet. Cool. War Thunder. Probably you'll have to man stations yourself. And that means that you will have to follow more or less the same practices as in real life. And you will find that your fire is accurate as long as you don't change your direction, because your own plotting devices will be aiming the guns for steady headings. This seems to be falling a little bit short and behind. Yep, no hit. So it's going to be like this, taking aim, seeing how accurate it is, if it's too long, too short. And once actual battleship to battleship or well-armored ship to well-armored ship combat begins, what you are going to have to take into account is distances and invulnerability zones. But because depending on the guns on each ship and how much they could penetrate, if they had a more tense or plunging trajectory, and etc., you will have to decide which is the range you want to stay to keep as much invulnerability as you can from the enemy fire while hitting the enemy at the proper range to penetrate his armor. It's a very full of thought process, and it's going to be a little bit complicated at first, I guess. My guess is that in arcade is because this is going to have exactly the same game modes and as we have right now. Look at this. No, too long. You can see there are very few hits. Historically, at the ranges of combat, fleets would actually fire at, you would find that maybe 5% of hits was a very good number. So you are not going to hit a lot, you are not going to expect a lot of hits, because it's not related with it's not related with actual gunnery. It's I mean, or with gun or how accurate they were, because these guns were all very accurate. Okay, let me change the cam to a place where we can actually see something. Totally messed up that. Okay, these are the light cruisers, which we have information with the battle cruisers. So let's take a look at that. Basically, we are right now punting the enemy without any repercussion, because they can't shoot back yet, they are too far away, and their guns are very light, so no big deal. Let's take a look at how the enemy is doing. Again, I messed it up. Okay. Yeah, Penelope has been hit once or twice, maybe. You can see they are losing speed, 15 knots, and the other two are reducing speed to hold formation. Formations are going to be also very important in War Thunder when ships are introduced and in ship-to-ship combat, because the most the most used formation of the day. By the way, I'm going to make sure these guys are not messing up. Sorry, I'm going to give them same direction. Okay, turning succession. I'm going to show you later how to maneuver in a formation. But again, formations are going to be very important, as it was in the day. The best formation was a line of battle. But of course, when you have a lot of different stuff going on and a lot of different ships, you might want to form different line of battles or even break the line of battle. Why a line of battle? Because, well, this is so true in early 20th century as it was in Nelson's time. You wanted the broadside of your guns to offer the maximum amount of guns shooting at the enemy. And that was, of course, achieved in broadside, because then you could fire with both fore and aft guns. And also there's a lot of tactical stuff here, because you want to try to... Oh, there's something more there. Fleet leader, these are destroyers. Let's take a look at that. Destroyers, by the way, are not going to be armored at all. You're going to see this right now in a second. Okay, this is a fleet leader. This is a large destroyer. And it's raining. Okay, it's moving at 23 knots. And you're going to see main belt armor 0, deck armor 0, hull armor 0. Destroyers weren't armored, so anything that hit them would penetrate, and they were very vulnerable. Of course, a destroyer what had was something different than warships. They had torpedoes, which were very effective in taking big ships out. And they had speed. Not sure that we are actually firing at them anymore. Hold on. Oh yes, still we are. Which is the distance? 12 kilometers. Not a lot. Alrighty. Destroyers, what they are light forces. Of course, they are going to be very vulnerable to enemy fire, and you are going to expect them to be hard to hit because they are small and they are very weak. But once hit, oh, things are going to look very nasty. Their attributes, torpedoes. These things are good for torpedo attacks at very high speeds. In this scenario, we are in very rough weather and in very rough seas. So light forces are going to see their speed impaired. So they are not going to be as effective as if this would be happening in a clear day with calm seas. So again, I'm not worried. I have my battle cruisers and we are pounding at ships that are totally outclassed. Still, we are not getting hits. It's very complicated to get hits. And it's going to be in the game as well. At least in, as I was telling you before, there are going to be arcade, historical and full real mode. So I'm guessing that in arcade it will be much easier and you will have to take it in account a lot less variables than in historical, and that will be less historical, to say it this way, than for real. Let's take a look at what we do with this shot. And then we'll cut it out and wait for something bigger to appear, because this is kicking puppies. Has not a lot of things going on it. So yeah, let's cut it, and when something else happens, I'll be back. Okay, so we have been spotting more enemy ships. These are all destroyers, DTs, as you can see. These are light cruisers, but you can see they are closing in fast, more or less, because I'm really pounding the hell out of those guys. But I don't want them to get any closer. First of all, because you can see the relative motion of these ships is we are going this way and they are coming this way. So they are coming fast and they are becoming at a more steeper angle the more time passes. So what I'm going to do is to order a general turn, and here I'm going to show you how formation turns worked in real life and in World War II. Again, all turns were based around formations. So what the leader would do, or the admiral of the ships would do, would be to say order a course change. I'm going to do this in view map so you can see it clearly. I'm going to match courses with the other guys and order a division turn by succession. There are several ways to turn. By succession, what means is that you'll see it clearly here. This ship is turning, but the rest are not. Of course, the ships are more or less ponderous and bulky and take time to execute a turn. But you can see clearly the leader is turning away, but the next one is not. Why? Because we want to stand and keep the formation in line we have. Ooh, this one has light battle, maybe a hit. Nothing really important. I mean, these things are pretty well armored, so, and those things have very light guns, so no big worries. Now you see the second is starting to turn right now, keeping position behind him. Pretty easy to see. Next one in line is this one. When reaches the point where those two started turning, will start turning in turn, which is going to happen in almost, there you go. It's starting to turn. And so what we will end up will be a line formed in this course. Okay? So, is this the only way to turn? No, we can do it in other ways. For instance, let's say we select this division. These three are moving in this direction and we want them to turn as well. So what we do is to change course and order. There's something to order to the north, by the way, and order a select turn immediately. What this does is to make all the ships turn at the same time. By the way, I have spotted something to the north. Oh, big dudes to the north. Oh, we are trapped. It's a trap! And I just order a turn that will put me directly towards them. So what I'm going to do is to reverse the orders in a second, and you're going to see it right now. First of all, I want to change course again, and this time I'm going to actually try to move directly to the east. And the kicking puppies moment has finally ended. We are versus the big guys. So what I'm going to tell this dude is to target invincible. Next in line, their flinker is going to target indomitable. Target indomitable, please. No. There you go. This is one here. This one is shooting. Well, maybe it's not seeing it. Hold on a second. Shoot this guy. There you go. I actually didn't order him to shoot. I'm going to order these guys to cease fire. The problem is that this ship is currently not being able to see this guy, so he can shoot him. But I'm going to cease fire on the light cruisers because there's no sense in wasting ammunition to them. Okay, so we are coming back to our former. You can see this is an S. They are turning all in quick succession. Okay, and these guys are still coming on as we told them how to do it, and we are actually receiving fire. So what I'm going to order these guys is to change course and to go 90 degrees and order them to turn and reform a line, and they will turn all at the same time and reform a line. Let me check, see if this guy is actually shooting. Yep, he's actually shooting. Now let's see if I can target the second guy. There you go. And now you'll see the turrets start to turn and aim for the proper position. Next in line is Molke, and I'm going to use it to shoot at invincible. And this one is Bonderchan, and I'm going to try to shoot indefatigable with it. Why I'm shooting one by one? Well, as I explained to you, spotting the fall of the shot is very important to measure if your shooting is accurate or not. If there are several ships with the same caliber of guns shooting at the same guys, what is going to happen is that the operator of the guns of a given ship is going. Oh, Aurora has sunk. Look at this. We sank one of them. Cool. What is going to happen is that you may mistake your fall of shot and think that your fall of shot is the other ships. So you never know if you are aiming at the proper shots or not. So the thing historically was aiming for different ships, so there will be no confusion. And probably you will want to do the same. No, it's not hitting. Not by a lot, but it's not hitting. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to keep these guys here to attract some enemy fire. I doubt these guys are stupid enough to shoot at the light cruisers, but you never know. But these things are heating up, and these guys are at 20 knots. We are faster, but not that much. It's going to be very complicated. They started turning. Yeah. Indomitable has taken a hit. Cool. Let me check if we see no holes. All right. Invisible is perfectly cool. Well, you can see here what was the German problem in World War I. Lots of British ships. Ship by ship, the Germans were better, but the British had a lot more than them. And there's a very big strength in numbers in sea combat. So yeah, you can see they are turning to match our turn, and now you can see these guys have turned directly towards us, because now they are not under fire of the big guns. So what I'm going to do is to unleash the light cruisers on them. First of all, I want to guide independently, so these guys are not any longer following these guys. And second of all, I want them to change course here, turn immediately, and to raise the speed to the top, which is not going to be a lot because we are under a heavy storm. But what I'm going to do is to deploy these guys to form a protective screen from this, and I'm going to give them orders to shoot at the nearest leader. Actually, no, target free. To discriminate is good at this. They are actually distributing the shots, so this is cool. This guy is still here. I might actually want to move them south to cover, because there are a lot of light forces here, and I might be subjected to torpedo attack very, very quickly. So we'll see that. Let's see how effective our fire is being. Well, yeah, Indomitable seems to have taken a shot. You can see it is not as green as before, but nothing too worrisome. They are actually trying to open a little bit of range, which is a little bit weird. Shots are still not falling in the proper places, so we are not having a great fire yet. The problem is that once they are properly deployed, they are going to be 8 battle cruisers firing at 4, and that's troublesome. I'm actually thinking about more or less curing it here, and okay, let's reform along this line, and I'm going to order these guys to slow a bit down so the light cruisers can come forward and actually form a protective screen. And here we can where they are, here you can see the line of destroyers making a run and coming as fast as they can, which again is not very problematic here because there's very, very heavy seas. In a normal day these things could do 36 knots, and I'd be in a much problematic situation. So again, they are turning north. This is weird. Not really understanding what they are doing, but whatever. Not going to complain. But that time probably their flank has taken a shot at least. You can see it's less green. As you can see, this is very slow paced. It's not a high paced style of game. Of course, as everything goes, in historical, I actually should change fire. I don't know. I don't really know. What I was telling you, in arcade probably is going to be very high paced, very slow, small distances, and a lot of very fast and furious action. But in full real, what you are going to expect to see is something like this: long, protracted battles with a lot of tactical thinking and a lot of teamwork. This is very important. Without teamwork, probably it's going to be a mess. And not getting really. I'm going to shift my fire because I'm shooting at the lead target, and right now they are turning away. Probably I should shift my fire. Let's get out of maneuvering. Okay, let's see. Starting from behind, this is going to target Tiger. This is going to target Queen Mary. This is going to target Princess Royal. And this is going to target Lion. One thing I should say about German ships is that they were very beautiful. You can see they are very aesthetical pleasing. Very nice looking. Well, this one is probably the less beautiful one of them. But if you have to say something about British battlecruisers of the era, is that some of them were really bad ugly. Do you know what I mean? Hold on a second, I'm going to bring the screen forward. Look at this thing. I mean, which is pointing forward and which is pointing backwards, please? These were ugly ships. But of course, the British have usually good taste for their ships, and then they started producing these beautiful warships. This is the Lion class, the direct predecessor of Hood. And you can see this is much more beautiful. And Hood was a wonderful looking ship. But yeah, as you can see, it's not a big action-packed video. What's happening here? But this is how historically naval battles were fought. Ooh, they might be launching torpedoes. Who knows? Yeah, we have the light cruisers overtaking the battle cruisers and forming a screen. And well, I'm going to call it quits for now, guys. I'm going to cut the video now because this was to give yourself an idea of how ships of the era fought, and I think that's more or less covered. Of course, oh, there's another ship here. Oh, this means another destroyer division. This doesn't look good at all. But well, we sank an enemy guy for now at least, which is not bad at all. And actually a good swift. I'm actually going to do it for a while. I'm not cooling yet. I'm going to shift the fire of this to one of these guys, which is very close right now. And let's hold on a second. Okay, let's focus only on what this guy is doing. You can see he's turning the guns very slowly because his turrets took a lot of time in turning. And actually it's funny because you can see how realistic this thing is. This ship is actually fighting with all the main battery, and you can see that these ones aren't because of how low this turret is and how affected it is by heavy seas. So yeah, let's take a look at what happens here. Guns are training, taking aim, and shot. Very close distances. You can see the fire is much more tense, much less plunging than before. So that was the first shot. Now the operator would see, wow, we have fired a little bit too far. So now you probably see that they are going to correct exactly. Now they say, wow, now we are falling short. And they would try to correct things forward, back, until they found their probable and most accurate distance. Totally misses shot, good in range actually, but not in direction. And now we are having a problem because we have this button which is coming close. So I'm going to tell him to fuck off and to slow down because we don't want to get our fire cover. Another shot. Ooh, these are big guns. Let's see. Also, you can see that I have ordered a lot less speed and it's taking time. Ooh, close. This is because these ships have a lot of inertia. By the way, I'm going to order a torpedo attack on these guys. That is the torpedo. Target it torpedo, and this one I'm going to order to target this one either instead. Target it torpedo. And now we'll see if they are training the tubes. Not yet. These are torpedo tubes, and these are the angles that they can shoot at. But they seem not to be training yet. I'm going to actually order them to invert course and to accelerate again. You can see how complicated it is to actually deliver hits. These guys are under heavy fire and they are still going strong. So let's see how it goes, and if we shoot. What we are seeing, you are seeing, are a lot of secondary guns shooting. Also, so well, let's hope we get some hit, so you can see how cool it is when these cells actually strike a target. Oh, actually, we got a hit, and the guy we weren't aiming to. Cool. Okay, let's do another volley and I'll call it quits. Let's see, this one will hit, will not hit. Actually, wow, that was a big volley. 3 hits at least. You can see it's on fire. And it's going to be, yeah, it's slowing down and it's sinking actually. Wow, we got another very strong volley on him and he's sinking. Okay, and then what we are going to do is to order a bigger turn. Concentrate on this guy. That's it. And Bondertan is going to shift targets to this one because the other one is sinking. Oh, it's going to take 3 minutes to sink. So we are going to see how this poor guy goes down. And then, yeah, then finally I'll call it quits on this game and this video. And Conquest is about to be raped by German light cruisers. Oh, look at him! He's coming for a ram. Ramming noob. Okay, let's correct the town then. We are coming really, really close here. I'm not spotting any torpedoes yet. I don't actually know if we have fired any. Not yet. So what I'm going to do is to... Yeah. Ooh! I got badly hit, and I guess this is friendly fire. No! But Conquest seems to be going down soon as well. 2 minutes. Okay, this guy is being taken care of. Oh, I have selected all the fleet, not just these guys. So what I'm going to do is select these guys, tell them to come this way, turn again. Again, more hits. I'm really, really plastering these guys. By the way, what are the destroyers? Oh! Oh, yo, 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 yo. Let's get the hell out of here! You can see this guy is sinking from the stern first. And it's going down pretty quickly. Look at this, all these guys. Oh shit. And they are going, wow. They are about to cross the what's this? Oh, light destroyers, light cruisers here. They are about to cross the upside of the line, the velocity line. And this one is going down. So yeah, we're not in the best tactical situation, but at least where it is right now, we are not doing bad at all. Ooh, look at this. This one is gone as well. What are the... Why these guys turn tails on me? I don't get it, but whatever. Not complaining. We are more or less cool. Let's go at top speed and order a general turn towards the northeast because I want to avoid any torpedoes these guys have launched right now. In the meantime, Conquest is still alive, but I'm guessing it won't last very long. Even more so when 3 German light cruisers are basically going to rape it. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please let me know, and I will post some more things about Hoodland, which is this game, and naval combat during World War II. I'm also planning to do something about tanks. We'll see about that, because I need a particular program. I don't know if I have any more, which is T-34 versus Tiger. Well, as I told you, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you had fun, and well, as always, thank you very much for watching, and oh, Conquest, you are going to get on so fast. And see you later.